Okay, during this tutorial I'll show you the different features and uses for Quizlet. You can use this on your laptop, your computer, and I have students using the free app on the iPads. Alright, so you're going to need to sign in. Obviously you're going to need to create an account. Accounts are free. There is a fee for an upgraded teacher account, but you can use a lot of its features with the free account. I use a general login so I can give it to the students to practice on their own. Alright, so this is the dashboard. On the left hand side here you'll see that I've created specific classes and folders that I can put different vocab lists into, and the students can access it much easier that way. Quizlet is very useful for vocab practice, and one of the best features is that there's already user created lists that match many of the curriculums used in the mainstream classrooms. So what I do often is that I set up lists that correlate with the curriculum used in the classroom, and the students can access it during general classroom instruction and practice the vocab and have pictures and definitions available to key vocabulary during instruction. Teachers can also create printouts and quizzes to use to help gather information and grades for these students. So let me show you the search feature. For instance, if I wanted to search a science fusion, which is one of the curriculums used in 5th and 6th grade, I would search keywords like science fusion grade 5, chapter 7, and as you can see here, there are many user created lists ready to go. Now when you do a search, I would select, especially for our beginners, image only sets, and also when you are searching for curriculum relevant lists, definitely make sure that they are they do in fact match one another. Since these are user created lists, some of the lists can have some extra words that the specific creator added for their particular case, but I find that many of the lists do match up well with the vocabulary in the different curriculums. So if you click on a list, you can check out the words. This one looks good. I see that it has the vocab word, the definition, and a relevant picture, which is very useful. Now the students can see this view as well. Cool feature.
Force, a push or pull which may cause a change in an object's motion,
Is that it reads the word and definition to the students. So once you get to this point, the students may have the same view on their iPad as well. They can practice the words in several different ways. You have the flashcards. Again, on the iPad it may look a bit different, but you'll get the general gist of how it's used. You have flashcards here. Again, you can have the definition and word read to you. I believe on the iPad you just swipe the card to flip it over. So they can practice it that way. Students can practice the spelling. They can test themselves on what the particular vocabulary word is. There's a feature if you say you don't know, it brings up the word for them so they can practice the spelling, as well as the definition. It keeps track of, now if they're not using a specific account they created on their own, it would just keep track for but it wouldn't be relevant to any type of grades or anything for you, because you wouldn't know who would be doing the test. Alright, let's see here. There are a few extra features if you use it on a desktop or a laptop.
magnetic,
This is pretty cool. It says the word, so you can get some listening activities in. It says the words and they practice the spelling of the word. And then they can test themselves on the words. There's a couple cool games that they can practice. They can match the word to the definition. Let's see. I don't think I used this yet, but I'm assuming the definition comes down and you type in the answer before the asteroid or whatever this is hits the bottom. Alright, so there are a couple cool features. Let's go back to the dashboard. Again, I use this in class as well. So I created a class. Whoop. So that's how you create a class, by the way. I created a list called ESL Newcomers that correlates with some of the cornerstone materials that I use. So I have students, if they have free time at home, if they want to create their own account, or in the class, they can practice some of the vocabulary that we're practicing in ESL class. Also, I can use it and bring it up on the smartboard and do some interactive games, the interactive games that I showed you a few moments ago. Let's see here. If you wanted to search the list that I already found, you can, by the way, create your own lists. I just find it easier to first search to see if the list somebody else has already created the list. That makes it much more convenient. You can search my lists. You would have to type in my username, Clancy ESL, and I would also type in Ben Salem just to get a more specific list of search results. Alright, you can verify Struble Elementary, Ben Salem. There's a good chance that they are my lists. Alright. And this says classes. I would select sets. For some reason it's not letting me select a set. Let me search this again. Alright, let's see what happens when I select a set. Alright, so if you select my name, if you input my name and Ben Salem, it'll bring up my classes that you can select and take a look at the lists that I have. I believe on the app, if you search my name and Ben Salem, it'll bring up the lists that I use. Alright, so these are some general uses for Quizlet. Also, you can print, maybe I'll make a tutorial on how to do this, so you can print out picture dictionary type of papers for the students to practice or make flashcards on their own. You can use them for quizzes as well. I'll make another tutorial on how to do that. Alright, hopefully this was helpful, and hopefully you find some good uses for it.